So I wanted to make a quick video today about why it's so important to choose the right focal length to tell your story through your images. I also wanted to make this video because I had some really good examples. So in this video, I'm going to talk about not so much portraits or anything like that. I'm going to be talking about kind of almost shooting photojournalistically and when you want to have a wide and when you want to have a little more telephoto. So the examples I have illustrating this are from a gig where I was just supposed to cover what was happening on a construction site where there was the last beam in a building going up and they painted it like an American flag and all the people on the site signed the I-beam. So how do I tell that story? So if you look at this image compared to this image, so what does this show compared to this? So I took this one first and it was 70 millimeters. So I was a little bit further away. And then I took a step in and I zoomed out to 24 millimeters. So if I were to get a little arty-farty, a viewer looking at this would say, you know, oh, this guy is signing the I-beam. So I'm watching somebody sign an I-beam. I'm watching somebody do something. So if you go to this one, I would have to say that a little bit more of a feeling of almost I'm there with them. It feels like the I-beam on the side is wider. It feels like it's a little distorted, so you're a lot closer to the person. You almost feel like maybe you're one of them. Maybe you're a little bit closer to that person. Maybe, hey, that person is like me. Maybe even I'm feeling what this person is doing. I'm more connected to them. So, I mean, is there anything wrong with each of these? Probably not, but I feel like they have a little bit of different feels. And depending on what kind of story you want to tell with your image, you definitely need to decide what focal length you want to do. So maybe if I was trying to say like, this guy is so cool, he's doing a thing, we're watching him, maybe that would work. But maybe if I'm trying to tell the story of united we stand, we're all together, maybe this works a little bit better because you feel like maybe you're connected to this guy signing the I-beam. So if you look at these two, I'm thinking for this one, I didn't move. So this was not taking a step forward and having two different frames of things going on. So obviously for this one, it's a little bit closer up. This was obviously 70 millimeters. And this is a person signing the I-beam, and then there's some people, you know, hanging out in the background. You're thinking, you know, hey, this guy's doing this. These guys are in the background. You know, maybe they're a little bit further away. It's almost like this guy maybe is having a little moment on the construction site to sign his name. Different feel than this, where besides the person walking by, which, you know, isn't ideal. Let's assume he's not there. I should have waited a second for him to walk by. But this is 24 millimeters, and I mean, there's a lot more going on around the edges, a lot of empty space. This actually isn't the greatest shot ever, but it definitely has a different feel. It's like, hey, there's a lot of things going on this job site. This guy's doing this. People are in the background. It's definitely a different feel than this one. It feels like this guy's doing something personal, and yeah, his buddies are around, but he's, you know, taking a moment to sign his name in his own personal way. And then this one is almost like, hey, look at how much is happening around the site. This guy's doing this. I feel like this is a time where 24 probably wasn't the best focal length and maybe 70 was a little bit better. So this is my last example where, you know, just showing that, I mean, the distortion more than anything. So I don't think either of these were 70, and I mean, that was probably 24, but I don't know. That was like 50 maybe. So I guess this was probably 50. I mean, this feels like, hey, you know, this is the logo of the company. It's on the girder. And then this one is getting right in there. You can see the distortion. It almost makes the logo look a little bigger, which I'm sure the company liked. But there's less kind of going on in the background. Obviously, somebody who knows what the ins and outs of the event kind of were understands what's going on, but I feel like maybe pulling out a little bit and having less distortion probably worked a little better. And also, if you're going back and forth of these, if this was somebody's face, they would be very unhappy at 24 millimeters that close up. So should go without saying, don't go really wide and right in somebody's face. So like I said, I just wanted to make a quick video illustrating why Sometimes you want to go wide, get up close, and sometimes you want to go far away and zoom in. Totally different feel. So just take a second and think about what focal length you're using, especially if you're using a zoom, what type of feel the photo has with what focal length you're using. So hope that made you think. See you next time.